this is what we need to be doing. So I think that's the perfect party on policies, but it's not political. So we're never going to get the right party. But what we can do is we can test things. Like people will automatically say, Dan, you're against reform, right? This is what they're going to say. They're going to say, you're against Restore. You bloody bastard. Dan, you're against Restore. But I now can say, hang on a minute. We was going through this last night. We was going through the policing plan last night. And look at this. The introduction, we give it higher scores and we kept it. Police Reform Act, we understood what it was about. We went through it. The overall effectiveness, we keep it. The Office of Constable, we kept it. The fucking racing. The Police Restoration Act, we're going to amend it. We're not going to throw it away. We're going to amend it. So this at the moment is a high average score of 5.8. So I say it's disingenuous when people say, Dan, you're just against blah, blah, blah. But I want to test their policies. And if their policies come up all right, and if their policies come up good, I don't care if every single person there says to me, Danny, you're going to be deported. And there's a plan that says it's a deportation order and all of this shit, right? I don't care. If all of these policies, the policies that will help this country, if all of them are high scores, higher than anyone else, that's definitely going to be there for the future. That's going to be a big fat cross in the voting box, right? So let's not get it twisted. And this is what a lot of people do. They get it twisted and it's like, what can we do? I can't even read this one now. Saw them live in Newport. Run DMC were headlining. Who was that? Oh, was it? I meant the Terror Dome. That is the UK. As a band, I think I had a weird crush on Tina Turner. This is not what we're talking. No, I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking. Tina Turner, nah. I can't see that, to be fair. Name the Cherry. Now, that's a different conversation. Immigration, get immigration stopped and get it under control before thinking about who else wants to come here. And that is it. That is the conversation that we all should be having. How can we get this under control? How can we stop? What's that? All right, cool. How can we stop? Why is that gone? You love these live streams, right? I know you do. I absolutely know you do, because you're like, it's so well done. It's so well presented. This is it. It's so well presented. Right. So where are we going? Here. We need to get it under control. We need to get it all under control, because we can't allow this to happen.
21 brand new houses that are basically going to be used for migrants.
Wait there.
121 migrants. They get their own estate. It's just insane coming here and seeing this. This isn't.
So as you can see, I've got a couple of around Maidstone. There's a couple of these estates. They're brand new estates. They all look the same. Exactly the same. They're built on plan. They're built very, very cheap. They won't last 50 years, but they don't care. It doesn't need to last 50 years. They want to get the money in now and disappear, right? But look at these beautiful houses. This will be a nice estate. Even if this was a council majority estate, it would be a nice estate. You can imagine your kids. You can imagine here, opposite here, you've got George here, you've got Melinda here, and Terry's on the corner. And right over there, you've got a nice little family who've just moved in, and you're not sure, who they are, what their name is yet. But you're gonna nod to them when you see them coming past. You see the removal van. The kids playing out on here because there's no cars coming up and down. But if there is cars that come up and down, it's only going to be one of these people. And you all know you're not going to go in there quickly because the kids are playing out in here. That is a great little environment for people, right, for British people to make them bonds and make them connections and try to have the kids being independent, like what we were in our youth, right? But they don't. They're giving every single one of these houses over to the illegals.
Star Hotel or some disused student block. This is brand new homes.
Not even HMOs.
In the sticks.
See, look.
So we know the water's on. They're not furnished yet, but they have got ovens and the flooring is done.
Camber Sands. That's another one. Camber Sands, it has been empty now for 2 years. And guess what's inside them? Guess what's inside Camber Sands? All the apartments. Brand new. We'll have a look at it. Brand new bedding and kitchen.
It's just crazy.
Give me 1 second.
I did see a report where Shropshire Council were mentioned of spending 7 million on 30 new homes. Now I'm not sure if this is part of that, because that was out in 2023. But yeah, just imagine your own little estate and right next door is a child's play park right on their doorsteps. Flipping insane. Guys, so I just wanted to show you how rural this place actually is. I'm outside St Peter's Church in Stoke-on-Tern. This is about 2 miles from Dutton Close. And it's such a peaceful place.
Is next to a church. English churches, one that are very historical.
And this church dates back to the 1870s, and it's a steep reminder that this is a historic rural community with deep roots.
These churches here, right? I'm going to give you a bit of a... We'll get a bit of an education on here as well, but you probably already know this. But these churches here, I love these churches because the style of it, right, of people in the 1800s, with none of our technologies that we've got, with none of our stuff we got, by hand and chisel, right, have made fantastic buildings like this. That's why I love looking at these churches. And there's one in Maidstone. It's a church that goes back before the Doomsday Book. It's still there in its glory. I'll do a video by it. It's beautiful. You go up this it's just outside of Maidstone. I'm not gonna tell you where, but you go down the high street. It's an old high street, and you got all these lovely bits of greenery. You got the village green or whatever you want to call it. Then you go up this road, and you're like, it's gonna go nowhere, and then it's bang at the top of it. Beautiful, beautiful. It stops you, especially with a beautiful blue sky behind it.
This goes to show it don't matter if you're in towns, cities, villages. The problem is coming to you, because the Home Office are getting their paws on all this property. Local councils are being outbidded by government contractors. So,
well, that's a good point, Rustic. Yes, it can go up on the screen. If they move in, the first thing they'll play up about is the bells of the church ringing, and they'll probably be replaced with a PA speaker blasting the call of prayer. And that is so telling that it probably will happen. That's probably what they would do, because they've done it. They're doing it. That guy, that white Muslim guy who goes around churches, he goes around trolling everyone else and then cries that he's been attacked when he goes around all the churches that are being converted. Now, in these areas, I don't think that they're going to be as savvy as what we are. They're going to be as strong as what we are. It's probably full of old people who have family connections directly to those buried in that church. They probably got married in the church, and they're probably going to get their funeral in that church. That type of community. And I know that, can I get that one up? Yep, I can. They don't want them, Danny. They're giving it back. And I do know now, because of the reporting, and that's what I really wanted to come down to. That people are like, oh, we don't really have a voice. We have a massive voice, right? And we need to go out and speak more. I'm going to talk about South Africa in a bit, because from Truth Hurts, and so people know that I do this a lot. You know, I'm not a person that's just like, I'm attacking this or I'm defending this or whatever. I will go through that as well. That this is disgusting. HS Tiki Toki. I want everyone to screenshot it and send it to him, because he is him and his people are a nonce fueled people. I can't see it now. Now I'm saying this, but it was Active Patriot, Truth Hurts 101, and oh, here it is. Look at the power of one man and a cam. Then I realised that it wasn't just Truth Hurts. He goes out in a team, and the team is him, Active Patriot, and Yorkshire Rose. So listen, I'm doing it now. They're crushing it, because he's gone out of his one camera. He has, let's see how big it is. Let's see how big it is. He's got 50,000 followers. 50,000 followers. Now, people are going to be like, oh, that is huge, right? But for him to be able to put that out there, and then not only GB News coming out, but Reform, Zia Yusuf. Obviously, Zia's coming down there because he just wants to, say I was there and blah. But one man in his camera has created this, and that off the back of it, going off to what UTK I Don't Care was saying, that they're giving it back now. They don't want to do it no more because it's gone out there. And we need to do this at every opportunity that we can. We need to go out and find it. We need to go out and find things like, things like HMOs in, where was the HMO? Was it in Gillingham? Here we go. And I have done that. I have done the video outside here, but I didn't post it for some reason. I think it was Advanced UK had gone into local. Why is that like that for? Let me get a web. Let me do. Where am I on YouTube? There we go. That's better. Right. So this block of flats here. Let me tell you the thing, if I can remember it rightly. So down this way here is wait there, people. Just wait there for 1 second. Wait there for 1 second. I've got this, brother. So in Gillingham, did I say Gillingham? Where is it? Yeah, Gillingham. Right. So in Gillingham, there is I don't know which one's done. I would say that's 10 seconds. I would say it's this one. All right. This is going rogue because this, I don't know if this is edited or not. So let me just do the global settings on this one. Oh no, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Oh, you don't need to listen to the words. You only need to listen to the words. So right. So is this it? No. What's going on? Oh, right, yeah. So this here, right? So down this road here is this place where Sarah went down to. This is a mosque. That is a super mosque in this area of Gillingham. It is been there for 10 years. It needs £10 million worth of funding, and it's never been fixed. But they want this to be the super mosque. right? So down the road from there is this place. Now, it says here, residents say they are filled with dread after plans to convert a student block into 63-bedroom house of multiple occupations was approved. The student lets were given a green light to repurpose the property on Jeffrey Street, Gillingham. Yeah, it was Gillingham, on April the 27th. Gillingham and Raynham MP Nashuba Khan wrote to the chief planning officer to say, she's probably Labour, to say this. Andrew Lynch who has lived in the street directly across from the newly approved HMOs for over 40 years, says it will lead to even more problems. It's going to do nothing to enhance the area whatsoever. It's going to do the opposite. Who's that? That's Nabusha Khan, right? Or whatever her name is. The authority... here we go. The MP has previously raised concerns about the number of HMOs in Medway Towns and successfully lobbied the authority to introduce an Article 4 direction in the areas with the highest concentration. Now, the Article 4 is to stop the normal processes of allowing HMOs to be, blanketly done. They need to now apply it to the courts, but this one didn't. The direction introduced in January means homes converting to HMOs for fewer than 6 people must also apply for planning permission. The authority's cabinet has pushed ahead with the Article 4 direction, said it would keep track on the impact and would consider expanding the measure beyond these 7 wards. Right. So let me just show you this. So behind here's the High Street. Up in this little direction here is the train station. Up there, around there, there's the train station. There's the High Street. But if you come further back towards me, right, it's probably from here to the end of this street, but behind me, maybe closer, I don't know. There's like schools and stuff. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'll try and find it. I'll try and find my video that I did. Let me see if it's in this little thing that I've got open. But I don't think mine is. Is done. So this is like unedited. Well, guys, welcome to 85 Jeffrey Street. Now, this is at the moment, it's so that's that one. Because these are purpose built. Let me see if it's in here. What would that be? And look at this as well, right? Look at this. And Sapiens Walk, this is down that side alley. Everyone like the Royal Engineers. This is down that side alley. Look at all these beautiful, there's the place. Here's the side alley to go to the High Street. And look at all of these things. This is where they want to put these illegal asylum seekers, in places with such history like this. I don't even know what any of these things are, but they're on the wall. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. Like all these emblems and these carvings and stuff like that. And I was looking more into the area because I have no idea about the area. It's something to do about the Wright brothers, I'm sure. But there's the High Street up there. And here's how close it is. And also, look, there is public toilets. Now, that was the worst thing for me. There was public toilets. Now, I'm not saying that every single person's going to be doing stuff, but we know that we have to protect our women and children. We know that we have to protect our elderly and vulnerable, and having things like that is not acceptable. That's what we need to do. And I know Kim says here, Kim Thomas has said, is it on this one? Yes, it is. So Kim Thomas says, if you don't complain to local councillors, they think that you are compliant. You have to face off with them. And facing off with them is to have your say at local council meetings. All planning applications are put on the council's website. Pay attention to see what is happening to the council and in county council meetings. And 100% I will be, I will be agreeing with that. And we are doing something in Maidstone And again, it's going to show that I'm not really a reform supporter. It's going to show it. But people, you are putting your mark, you're stamping your mark on the card. You're saying that I am this, I am that. And you want to see the council meetings that will be going down there, will be following